we've all been waiting for. Mr. Duckins forever. Back on TV. I swear, man, this guy has got Suitland locked in.
Well, at this point, if he goes on to win this, I think it leaves nothing to debate. And I know historically, I mean, you just saw Jenna made a deep run.
Yeah, it's the Wood Bowler.
It is the Walkersville, Hagerstown Bowlers. I mean, Bernie's still kicking.
Yeah.
And then, of course, you have people, Don Dove grew up bowling on wood lanes. All these people that are
all did,
not my generation grew up bowling on wood. I did not. I grew up bowling on synthetic lanes and approaches.
I love wood.
Right. I'm learning to love high friction lanes more. Like, I'm learning to love wood more.
Yeah.
It used to be so foreign to me when I first encountered it because I had never grown up on it. Even like when we went to like Westview was at least synthetic in the front part of the lane.
Right, half and half. That was a lot of bowling alleys.
Well, here we go. Marking the first on 15. High and tight.
Oh no, but he
ends up with 9.
Gets the break.
This Mark's first game on TV today?
No, he came through earlier. Because Dave Hughes' group came through earlier.
Okay.
So it's funny, both in the same division, and they're now bowling each other again.
Yep. And it falls that way often. And
Mark's
all over it.
I'm going to go spare.
So we don't have Duckpin Stats guy in the chat, but what would you say is an over-under total for this game? I'm going about 278.5.
I think this game's going to be 300 over.
You think 300?
Yeah.
Well, David helping us suggest towards the over. Good ball for the 2-pin.
I think we're going to see 250s. He's been throwing the ball over the other day. Mark's started catching fire towards the end, so I would expect 2 good games out of these guys.
Yep. And David, no. And I can tell you, interesting perspective. I don't know if you can see it on TV, but I am seated right behind David. And this ball hooked very early when he set it down, and it just continued to drift on him. That ball decides to hold the line, and he ends up with 10.
It's early.
We are not recording the other match, for those asking.
Yes, the other match is Dove and Bernie.
I also owe a hello to the Inland kid. And with that match being Bernie versus Dom, what that means is that we're guaranteed to have somebody bowling for a record-breaking 12 star.
Very true.
Whether that's Don Doves or Bernie Hickens. All right, here's David looking to read the rule book. And instead of doing that, how about a second chance at the 2-pin?
Dave breaks 9.
Yep, same single as last frame. See if he makes an adjustment off of what happened on 16. Yeah, he's got it this time.
And he buries it.
And one thing I'll note, have the 2 kinds of wood here on the lane. The front part of the lane's a maple, and then you have the splice and goes down to the pine.
Oh, okay.
When you see on the back end, when you see pieces of pine that are darker, that are notably darker, that is the that is the heartwood, just from the middle of the tree, which tends to be higher friction. And it just so happens that on the line to the 2-pin, on lane 16, there is a little bit of the dark boards that could cause that to drift.
That is that's some good expert.
And I think part of the reason why 15,
analysis
16, why 15 and 16 historically have been a good pair in this house, there is a lot of heartwood on the back ends. 13, 14, same thing.
Oh, Venus. Top of the more.
So 15 and 16 at one point had the men's world record game. It's a 269, which is still the house record.
That was 4 hours more.
And the high set women's set at one point, world record was on 13 and 14. It's a 589 or 586.
Oh wow!
By Diane Jasper, and it's now, I think it's down on 3 and 4. It's 609 by Teresa.
Yeah.
So this is for since the 1980s. This has been the home of the women's 3-game world record, but it was once home to the highest game ever bowled, which was this pair here. Yeah, Mark showing you how to read the.
There we go. I think so. No doubter.
Yep. No doubter, and comes right after a good break for a single pin, and then he missed. I had one of those earlier on TV. My first game of the day, I had the 7-10, the 10 pin fell, and then I missed the 7. That was a gift. You can't miss gifts.
I remember commenting on that earlier. I was like, "Oh, and he got the 7-pin."
All right, spare fill for Dave here. Looks good.
Oh, we did it again.
This is a 4-pin this time. Rolling over.
Oh,
not enough juice.
Strong bottom.
So we got a tie game after 2 at 29.
Game on.
Now, if David throws the same ball he missed the 2-pin with last time on this lane, he'll hit the 4-pin. So the same ball he did last time.
3 great first balls.
And he listens to me.
He's all over it.
Tie game after 3.
And here we go, folks.
Feels like deja vu. Yeah.
Being in the booth,
calling David's match.
And
except last year,
David
was bowling on this pair in the semifinals against the guy adjacent to us. Spare fill.
Hey, fist pump.
Anytime, let's replay that first ball. Anytime you see David throw a ball and swing his right arm, you know it's close. Watch this. Anytime he swings the arm, you know it's close.
I threw my arm out the socket. So he must 9.
Got the same ball to make it. That looks good.
And he's all over it.
I think that we definitely settled the debate. David was fair to Nick at commentating and bowling.
I'll 100% agree with you on the and bowling.
And bowling.
We'll let the fans decide about the first part.
Everyone.
All right. Mark going for a double here. This is to take the lead outright.
It's a little light.
Bounced on him.
And he gets a little bit lucky. He gets just 3 in a corner, but you know how many times we can miss this.
All right, yeah, he leaves the triangle.
Triangle, I hate it. You go heavy, you go light, you miss it. It's okay. Oh.
Coming over for a bocce on the black side tonight. I'm cooking.
Ooh. I'm on it.
All right, that's a missed break there, and that is going to give 8 on and 9 out, and David Hughes with the outright lead through 4. He's up 2 and a hit.
That's where you want to be.
But high scoring, total here through 4 frames each, and a lot of 8 or betters.
So as you can see the pattern up there, Mark has enjoyed lane 15.
Yep, hasn't missed it yet.
This time he's got to bring in the baby split.
Yep, baby split with the 5-pin. You can shoot either side on this.
I like to shoot the baby split.
I think at this house, it's definitely a safer shot, and it's always a safer shot in general to shoot between the 2-7. Get the ball to deflect.
And we were wrong.
Unless you cut it too thin. Unless you cut it too thin.
I can't believe that didn't go.
Scoops 10. 66.5 for Mark.
It's Dave's game to put some pressure on that.
Yeah, so this is David's game to lead right now. David riding 3 marks in a row after a missed 2-pin in the first. I think he's been all 9 spares.
Oh,
hasn't
he's been a hammer on the first ball.
been all 9 drops. That's high and tight.
Oh, and he leaves what?
And then a 4-pin.
That's his pin.
So it's been 2 2-pins and 2 4-pins. David also left a 5-pin.
Yeah, but that first ball is working.
And he's got another one.
And he's all in the face.
So an 11-pin lead for Dave at the half, plus the spare fill. Nine count here would give David a 20-pin lead, which is 2 to 3 marks.
I will never complain about 20-pin lead.
Nope. That's left.
That didn't look good coming.
So it'll be a 13-pin lead for David.
Yep. Gonna put this one back in there through that strike ball he's been going, and hopefully it works out for a spare. Oh, okay. Well, I'm not gonna complain about that.
I'm not sure what David just said down there. They might have heard it better than us at home. I think he said, I got everything I hit with that ball. I think that's what he said, which would be a fair statement.
He can scoop down, and I'll take that out of a rip.
Yeah. Found the head pin.
There we go.
So $10 here for Mark would still be 13.
So your under is looking good right now.
No, I said 278.
Well, my over is 300.
Right. All right. 6 frame for Mark. Oh, through the middle. See, 247 on the left side, 36 on the right side. See if it goes off the wall or slide. Going to slide. And that's about worst case scenario. He chops the 4-pin out. And another chop. A 7-box. David actually gains pins on that frame.
4 boxes to go, folks.
And it's a 16-pin lead for Dave, 89-73.
Mark really needs to get a mark to get back in the game. He's been solid on this side. He's got 2 marks. Last time he was on this side, he was a little heavy, but see what he can do.
They can actually see that pretty well at home.
Yeah,
tell the score.
The camera, like we didn't. You could see the scores, but
And
there he is. There he is. Lane 15. He's got that. 3 out of 4 marks on that pair on that side.
10-pin last to fall, and it's 83 plus in the 7th for Mark Klingelhofer. David coming up with a wood box will be ahead of that. It's a question of by how much.
See if we can get back on that first ball.
In the pocket,
That's
albeit light. Spinner trying to work over towards. Spinner trying to work over towards it, and I don't think it's going to get there. David gives up on it.
So we had this break last game, and 5-pin slid. 5-10.
I did that when I bowled against David.
Yes.
Missed it, and then I slid the 5-10. I said, good thing I bowled the second ball.
Yeah.
No. Hey, that's a big miss, right?
All right. Get one. Keep it moving.
Guys, give me a second. I'll give you an update on the Finland match. Or the not the
Shot.
match, the other match. I'm looking at Finland Kid. 8 box, 14-pin lead for Dave down a hit. Get a peek at the score. It's about a 30-pin lead for Bernie Hipkins through 6 frames, 7 frames. Through 6. About a Got a 30-pin lead for Bernie. This is David in the 8th.
Oh, fist pump.
You see him swing the arm, you know, it's normally going to be 9 minimum when he swings the arm.
Fist pump. It's on this.
It's another 5-pin. He's made one. Left one, made one already on this lane.
Poor guy just can't get that extra one to fall over.
Yeah, but 9 spare is a good frame.
I'll take 9 every box.
9 spare is a good frame, and Mark isn't doubling right now. So
he's on it.
David's got it.
He's all over it.
But now this is a pivotal ball in the match here with Mark trailing by 14 and on a strike.
So Mark has been up the pipe every ball on 60. It has been drilled.
Yep.
15,
I think his lowest count over here was a triangle that he missed.
Yeah.
But this is for a double,
So he
and
makes an adjustment.
this could be an outright lead for Mark if he gets it. He pulled it left, actually goes off the side for 7, but it's a makeable.
It's a very tough shot at Suitland. That back pin does not like to go here.
Well, you got to hit it clean. You're not going to get away with throwing a stupid
You
ball
can't
here.
just go right between the two though. You got to almost chop that tooth.
You got to just shave the head pin, hit it light. He's heavy on it, and
it doesn't.
And there you go. See, and I mean, and Mark knows that's not where the ball's supposed to be. That's just, you know, it's a bit unforgiving.
Hughes 10.
So, game tightens up a little bit. It's 5 pins right now, but David does have that spare in hand, and Mark is
He's coming up on his favorite line.
Yeah, Mark's setting the towel down here on the telescore, knowing that this frame has to have some kind of paint in it, meaning a strike or a spare.
You gotta set up the 10 for yourself.
Yeah, because looking up at 112 and the 9 with David 107 plus in the 8, that's not a good shape to be in. That would mean David would need one more mark to mathematically close the game out. So, Mark, pretty important here. Now, it was about a year ago, Wayne, that I sat next to you here, and I said, if there's a lane,
I remember your
shoot the
reaction.
710 on.
I remember your reaction. And it was Matty Bucks.
If there's a lane, you got to shoot the 710 on at Suitland Bowl. This is the lane to do it.
And Matty Bucks made it.
We'll see if history repeats itself.
Oh, almost.
We'll cue it up on the replay. You can see the pin pop up a little bit.
Yeah, last year Matty Bucks got it to pop out of there and made it. So
$9.
$9.
And that is
Leaving the door wide open.
that is the wrong break for the wrong time.
Yeah, you don't want to be leaving 710 when you need a mark.
David now, even with count wood and a wood box in the 10th, can put Mark on double. 142 is the number David needs to get to shut him out, which will require another mark. High and tight.
And goes Southwest Special.
And 2 and 1 for David.
Right, the 7's still good.
So these are important pins. He's up 12 right now.
Yeah.
He's opposite a 9 box. If he takes,
you want your 10.
But if he takes 7 out here, he's only up 10, and that is a much easier ask than 11 or 12 pins.
I'd rather have all of them.
Conversion not important here. The wood most definitely is, and that is not what he needs to do.
He yanked it.
Yeah, he's like, what are you doing here, bud? So
Get 2.
So two is all we're asking for here, and 2 makes the math a little easier headed into the 10th. Gives him a little more breathing room. Oh,
yanked it again.
Missed it again. And
$7.
Remember those 2 shots. Those could be costly pins. So now a 10 box for David in the 10th could put Mark on a 20 box to tie. David now needs a double to shut Mark out. So more than likely that Mark Klingelhofer is going to step up in the 10th with a chance. Oh, those were very costly pins right there.
Yeah, he kind of just yanked right both balls. All right, let's see if he can rebound here.
Big 10th frame. Very light.
Yeah.
And he leaves the bucket.
But he leaves a very makeable break.
Makeable, but the challenging part of this shot is that back pin the 9, so you have to catch that triangle heavy.
Yeah.
And squeeze back to carry the 9 out.
I still feel like it's very makeable. I would not be intimidated by this first make.
It's not the worst thing he could have left.
No.
Here we go.
And you're right. There it is.
There's the hard part of that shot. This is a very, very important pin.
Critical.
If he gets this for 10, Mark has to 20 bucks for the tie.
And Mark, and of course, Mark's coming up on his nemesis thing.
Yep. All right, big ball for Dave here.
And he yanks it.
And he leaves it up.
He yanked it.
Mark Klingelhofer needs 20 in the 10th to win.
That is doable. All right, here we go. This is what we all want to see.
Yep. 10th frame, 20 to win. What do you got? So Mark does not need to strike.
You hope not 7-10.
He does not need a strike on this ball, but if he doesn't strike, he's got to make whatever is left. Here we go. He's got the strike. That is very helpful because now he's got 2 balls to get 10. If he splits something on the first ball here after the strike, he needs 9 to tie.
That was a huge
conversion to win. Very big.
That was huge. Not getting that extra stick. Last box. Then you put them on a
Basically, Mark needs to be on a pocket here. Cannot rip or punch.
He's been heavy, but he wasn't that.
All right, here we go. Wide.
Oh, and he has to tie it together.
He's got a 6-pinner to deal with.
To tie it together.
Conversion to win needs 5 of the 6 to tie.
I can't tell you how many times those bowlers go for that head.
Okay. Here we go.
It's a tough shit.
And we have a tie.
And we tie. And we tie.
I want to take a look at this spare shot again. How does that 6-pin not? Too late. How did that 6-pin not carry? All right, Joe.
Wow.
Remember, I have a mic on, Joe.
Wow. That was crazy.
I knew I was going to pick.
Yeah.
I would have taken a 10 or a 7. All right, 10-10.
Ladies and gentlemen, let me remind you how bonus bowling works. Mark's going to start the 11th frame on lane 15. He's going to bowl 1 frame. David will then start on 16, bowl 16 and 15. Mark will then get up on 16, finish it. We'll do this over and over until we have a winner. It's like the 9th and 10th. Got it? Good.
Game on.
So we will be keeping scores starting in the 9th frame, everybody. So you're looking all the way to the right side of the scoreboard. This is 11th frame, Mark Klingelhofer. The even worse chop than the last one. This is 3. He actually takes
the
what
3-9-10.
I refer to as the Mount Airy chop. Take the 3-9-10 chop. You see that there quite a bit.
But it's so hard to make when you need.
Yeah, even if you don't spare this, you kind of want to take 10 minimum. So see where he's on the second ball. And that's tough. He punches through, and now got to hold the wood. Got the 2-4-7 still standing on the left, 6-pin alone on the right.
And it is.
And
8.
8 box in the 11th for Mark. And with it being 8, David can go.
He can gain sticks with a 10.
He can go spare 9 spare strike is actually a shot at. So David wouldn't even need to strike until the fill shot. But 8 in the 11th. Here's David's 11th. He likes it. 8-pin.
Going 1.
A passionate fan off to our right. David has it in the 11th.
There he is.
So 10 plus to 8. And I'll even change the numbers real quick. Allow me to change those back. Like this is frame 12. It's like the 10th frame. I've just renumbered it on the scoreboard, so we're being accurate.
Strike.
9 spare strike would also win. Want a good count here. That's left. It's way left. How many? 5. So up 15-8. He's already got enough to put Mark on a mark of some sort. Going to be some housekeeping required in the right gutter. But convertible shot, not an easy one.
Usually you
Gonna have to punch this right back.
You punch 4, but getting that all 5 to go is really tough.
So this is the 1-3, 5-8-9. David will be going up high on some part of the head pin, trying to drive this back.
You want 9.
5 of them.
Goes light,
8.
and it's going to be an open frame. Mark Klingelhofer is only going to need 1 mark to get this done. If David takes both pins here, he shoots 25. Mark would need 18 in the 10th to win. But a mark is required.
I agree.
Important pins. David will
9
take
boxes.
1 of them to shoot 24. Mark Klingelhofer 17 to win. I feel like 17, a little bit easier than 18.
All right, let's see what happens.
Got to have some kind of mark here. In the 12th, and it's a 5-pinner to encounter.
That is a hard shot. That back pin does not want to go.
Yes, the 9-pin makes this shot tough. It doesn't give you as many options on where to shoot this. It's the 1, 3, 4, 7, 9. He has to make it.
Will he go inside the hole, or do you think he's going to go?
We'll see.
And it doesn't go.
And it doesn't go. The 9-pin denies him. We'll watch it on replay.
David Hughes. David
Doesn't
Hughes
go.
moving on to the finals. Did you hear that? David Hughes.
David Hughes in 12.
The duck pins forever in the final.
Wins it 24-17.
Holy moly. I feel like deja vu all over again.